Welcome back to Showbiz Tonight. I'm Brooke Anderson. Tonight, another Showbiz sit-down. This one is with Leeza Gibbons. She's a well-known public figure as a TV and radio personality for more than 20 years, including a stint hosting a daytime talk show called Leeza. But it's her private life that's occupied much of her time recently. Her mother's battling Alzheimer's disease. I sat down with Leeza to talk about her emotional day-to-day struggle and her ongoing personal mission to raise awareness about the illness.
Any family that has a disease process break into your life, it's difficult. Memory disorder is especially cruel, I think, Brooke, because you watch someone slowly disappear. It's death in slow motion. You know, it's like taking your life story and then rewriting it. And so that parent that you love or that spouse that you love, they change before you have to say goodbye. And so it's like Nancy Reagan said, it is the longest goodbye.
It's heartbreaking. I had a great aunt succumb to the disease years ago just to watch that decline in their health. And your mother was the impetus for your involvement, for your action. She actually asked you to do this.
Don't you love a woman with that strength? You know, she was such a steel magnolia, this woman from the South who, when she got her diagnosis, she said to me, okay, honey, she's the one who helped me figure out that I was a storyteller in life. So she said, take this story, and I want you to tell it and use it and make it count. So that's what I try to do with our work with the Memory Foundation. And when we open up what we call Leeza's Place, which we are now from coast to coast, these are intimate settings and communities to honor caregivers and those who've been diagnosed with a memory disorder.
Safe haven. Walk us through the emotions that you went through when your mother was diagnosed and what you've been through and how that compares and contrasts to how other people are most likely dealing with the same sort of thing.
Oh, this battle is a deeply personal one. My mother, I believe, when she put her head on the pillow at night, knew that abyss where she was headed because she saw her mother. For me, getting the diagnosis was the end of the innocence because until we got that moment, we were able to say, you know, Mom's drinking too much. Or Mom's life isn't so full anymore, so she's repeating herself. But she was the one who said, I have paid this bill 3 times. Something's wrong. She really took the lead. I remember the day we were in the doctor's office and they said, we'll need to take Mrs. Gibbons back and give her a little test. And I got up to go with her and they said, you can't go. And I said, I can't be with her. And they said, we just need your mom. And I watched her walk down the hall. And Brooke, it was like watching a little girl. She looked over her shoulder and I so wanted to stop it. You know, like a parent wants to stop the hurt for a child. And
the roles were reversed.
It was reversed, exactly. I think that what happens with all families is first a lot of guilt because it creeps up on you, and when the memories are faded, then you've lost your best chance to get that family history, to appreciate that person, to let them know how much they mean to you.
So this is you and your mom. Talk to us about what pictures we're seeing here.
This picture was taken at home in South Carolina with my mom after she was diagnosed, shortly before my dad was no longer to care for her anymore. And she wanted to be an advocate, and we took these pictures, and I had no idea that this would come to symbolize wrapping my arms around what she represents. She did it for me for so many years, and now I can wrap my arms around her and embrace all that she is, and now she really needs me. And I want to be there for her.
And you've wrapped your arms around so many others that are suffering as well.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have some more pictures that we...
This was after Mom began to fade behind that veil of Alzheimer's disease. The little baby is actually my sister's child, Blake. But my mother couldn't quite figure out who it was. And she didn't really know. We didn't really think the baby was safe in her arms because she would say, what is this? And what am I supposed to be doing with this? And we'd give her a bottle, and she didn't know what the bottle was. And it was important, though, to my sister that she hold that baby and that someday she was able to say to Blake, this is your grandmom, and she loved you.
Wow. Very powerful image. How's your mom now?
Thank you for asking.
Of course.
I must be honest with you and tell you that I know my mom didn't want to linger on in this state, so she is gone. She's here, but she's gone. She's in the final stages. She doesn't speak. She has no glimmer of recognition. She has transformed physically into someone that doesn't look like my beautiful, confident mom. And yet, she said to me early on, when I can't call you by name, honey, I don't want you to waste your time. I don't want you to come visit me because you have other things to do. Don't come visit me. I won't know that you're there. And I said, but you know, Mom, I'll know that I'm there, and I'm never going to leave you. And we don't know what the thought process is. I don't know which part of her can still feel and touch and need. I don't know what's transcended. So she's doing as much as well as she can do.
That is the saddest thing. I am so sorry to hear that. I'm teary-eyed from what you're going through, but you're doing something with it and you're making a difference. Has this experience made you a stronger person?
Oh, I think all pain makes us stronger. You know, my mother would always say those momisms, you know, like, well, God gave those big, strong, broad shoulders for a reason, honey. And, you know, all those things that she said that were so true. Yes.
You need to write all of those down and
oh
keep
my
them
gosh.
in a memory book for your kids, for her, about her.
That's why I started scrapbooking.
That's right. And you have this book in stores where other people can scrapbook and make memory books for their
Tell the story
family.
of your life, you know. And for anyone that's fading, anyone that you're losing or have lost, keeping them alive in a scrapbook page is really cool. So all of our proceeds from the book and for my scrapbook products all go to the foundation. I'm just looking for ways to tell our message and to keep funding out there and to keep helping families.
What a noble cause. And I wish the best for you and your family and your mom.
Thank you.
Leeza Gibbons Memory Foundation has launched a 12-city Memory Wall tour. The wall is designed for personal tributes to caregivers and loved ones afflicted with memory disorders. For more information, you can go to leezasplace.org.
Such a touching story.